3 fragrances you should not blind buy versus 3 you definitely should. Fresh fragrance edition. Let's go. The first fresh fragrance you should not blind buy is Louis Vuitton Imagination. Now this one is a beautiful fragrance. You hear a lot of good things about this scent, but this one has a tea note which makes it quite unique for a fresh fragrance, and for a lot of people the way this smells isn't going to be what they were expecting, and for that reason you should not blind buy it. The next freshie you should not blind buy is Terre de Hermes Eau Givrée. So this goes for the Eau Givrée and every other Terre de Hermes fragrance. I find Hermes in general take a bit more of a niche approach to their fragrances, which I love, but they're not going to be for everyone, and for that reason, you should not blind buy. The next fragrance you should not blind buy is Parfums de Marly Percival. So there's nothing wrong with Percival, and the DNA is actually a very mass appealing DNA, but these days it's a little bit outdated and there's designer fragrances that smell just like it but much cheaper, so for that reason, you should not blind buy. Alright, the first fresh fragrance you should blind buy is Louis Vuitton Pacific Chill. Now, I fully understand this is an expensive fragrance, so I'm talking to the people who can afford this fragrance, but when it comes to mass appealing scents, this is definitely one of them. It's exactly what people say it is, and I think it's a safe blind buy. The next freshie you should blind buy is Acqua di Gio Parfum. So this goes for the parfum, but pretty much every Acqua di Gio fragrance is a very mass appealing scent. When I think of a fresh fragrance, this DNA is pretty much exactly what comes to mind. So if you're looking for a fresh fragrance to blind buy, these ones are safe. The next freshie that I consider a safe blind buy is Lacoste Original. So this one's a pretty new release from Lacoste, and if you're someone that just wants a fresh fragrance that's gonna make you smell clean and soapy, this one's an amazing option. It's very mass appealing. It's also not going to cost you an arm and a leg, and for that reason, this one's a safe blind buy.